Now, how have you explored your Eritrean ancestry?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I'm making a movie about the summer of 2003. When I was 18, I went to Eritrea for 3 months. Out the blue, I didn't even know I was going. My brother just was like, bro, we about to go back home. And I had a spot at that time. I was hustling. I had a studio. I was like knee deep in some young I didn't really want to go. And I went out there for 3 months and it changed my life. I was sick the first 2 weeks. I was like culture shock, depressed. I ain't understand. I ain't really have no way to, I ain't know what to do out there. But after the first 2 weeks, I embraced what was going on. It's like I had to let go of my comfort, what made me comfortable. I was smoking weed every day, riding around the hood in a car with rims, and I just had a different comfort zone. And once I got out of that, you know, it changed my life.
First things first, shout out to my man Nipsey Hussle, man, and may God rest that man's soul. That was a very, very, very smart man, right? Very, very, very smart man. Despite the lyrics that he rapped and, you know, the things that he rapped about, because that's where he came from and that's the culture he grew up in and that's the music that he was able to put out that people actually paid attention to. This particular video, salute to the YouTuber who put it together. I'll link that in the description area below, the full video. This video says a lot about everything that I've been preaching since day one. The mentality that you have in the United States is not the mentality you should bring with you when you come abroad, right? And I think that it resonates more when you hear it from somebody who is popular, somebody who is a celebrity, somebody that you can relate to. Nipsey said it all, man, and he was visiting his home, you know, his home pretty much in Eritrea, right? And we've talked about Eritrea before. I didn't even know that he was Eritrean, but it's dope to hear that. And I've never been there, but the same mentality applies anywhere abroad that you go. You can't be on your black men. You can't be on your thug shit. You can't be on this, you know, you got to be hard and that type of mentality when you're in a country like the Philippines, man. It's okay to let your guard down. I know how easy it is to have your head on a swivel and, you know, be cautious about everything. And I know why you guys do it. I'm not against you for doing it. I'm not against you for being precautionary, but that mentality that you have because you've grown up in probably a tough neighborhood and stuff like that, that's not the type of shit you need to bring with you to the Philippines, bro. It's not going to help you at all. It is not going to be your friend to act and or be that way when you're in a country where those people aren't giving you that same animosity. And if you listen to Nipsey's story, he talked about how he was gifted a trip when he was 18 years of age. It sounds crazy because I first visited the Philippines at 17. So it's kind of interesting. So he got on a plane at 18 years of age the summer of 2003, and he basically had a chance to visit his homeland. Again, when you're dealing with new cultures, guess what, guys? Big whoop. Culture shock is likely to happen, likely to set in. And he said something interesting that a lot of people don't talk about. Maybe it happens to some, maybe it happens to none, but it definitely happened to me. And probably a couple other foreigners can attest to this as well. But you can get sick. Like, you know, there's something about traveling to new countries or something. I don't know what it is, but you can get sick. What form of sickness that takes, whether you have stomach bugs, stomach virus, or you start to break out in rashes and stuff like that, or whatever it may be. Sometimes foreigners, when traveling to new countries that they've never been to, they get sick, right? But eventually, he said after 2 weeks, I believe, he said he started to feel a little bit better, and he began to shed this hardened image that he's created for himself, you know, growing up in the area that he did. And I tell every foreigner from Jump Street, bro, that mentality that you have in the United States, you cannot bring it to the Philippines. If it is one of you have to be hard 100% of the time, I don't believe that's going to benefit you well in a country overseas, anywhere overseas, right? Nipsey said it best, man. He said, I had to shed that shit. And I think that every foreigner just got to get out of that mindset whenever you start to travel, guys. It's something that if you don't get it out of your system, it's only going to hurt you more than it will help you, okay? You got to be willing to open yourself up to new cultures. Other than that, why in the fuck are you buying a ticket and or getting your passport to travel in the first place? If you're not willing to leave some of the negative aspects about the Western ways in the West, right? If you're not willing to leave some of that shit behind, there is nothing that is going to help you when you travel to other countries, right? It just doesn't seem to be a plausible or positive outcome for you if you hold on to that hardened image that you've had to create for yourself living in a place like the West or growing up in, very harsh and, harsh neighborhoods and things of that nature, okay? So I enjoyed this particular video and I hope that you guys enjoyed it too. It's just a quick snippet. I think the video length in total is about 2 minutes. I don't believe that I'm going to put the full 2 minutes, but I want to put enough of it for you guys to be able to get an idea of where I'm coming from, and you guys can understand why I am so adamant about the idea of shedding just the negative parts of the West and trying to be a new and improved, better version of yourself when you do get an opportunity to travel abroad. I tell everybody this from Jump Street. The Philippines, if you're traveling there, or any place abroad, is a chance to be somebody new. If you're not comfortable and or happy with the person that you were in the United States, I kind of feel like it's a chance to reinvent yourself. A lot of people will be like, oh, dog, you just faking, or that's faking the funk. But no, sometimes when you travel to new places, the person that you were when you left your home country is not going to necessarily translate well to a place like abroad. So if that is the case, I do believe that it will help you more than it will hurt you, right? And there's nothing wrong with, transitioning and or transforming or trying to be a better version of yourself. It can't be called fake if you're just trying to be a better version of you. You feel me? And that's the best way for me to view the situation. That's damn sure the best way that I believe that everybody can view, traveling abroad as they choose to move forward. Again, everybody who's talked to me or had conversations with me, you guys have heard me say this shit from time and time again, and I will continue to say it again and again. But I'm glad that I'm able to put it in a video, and I'm damn sure glad that I am able to break down my man Nipsey Hussle, because I'm glad that he said it, because I think it holds a little bit more weight when it comes from somebody who grew up in not bad neighborhoods, for lack of a better term. And for those of you who are aware of his situation and how he passed, you understand, he died in a very, very bad way too, trying to do right in his neighborhood. So it's like the trip to Eritrea changed his whole perspective on life. He tried to come back, do good, and unfortunately it didn't always work. Again, that leads into a topic of conversation about why black men should definitely stay abroad or go abroad. But I can have that talking point with damn near any video, but I'm not going to get it here. I'm just going to plug that in or slide that little tidbit of information in there because I think that plays well into it. But again, if you're making a life for yourself in the US and you got a job there and you're making money there, I wouldn't want you to just give up the money unless you were 100% ready to go ahead and call it a day. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all that I wanted to say. If you have anything to comment, please leave it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, you guys already know what to do. This video hits different, I will tell you that, but I'm glad that I was able to deliver it and to get it out without, feeling a way about it. I feel a way, but I was able to make it happen. Again, guys, all of my good stuff listed in the links. Excuse me. Links in the description area below, ebooks, Patreon. Make sure you check me out on all my platforms. You guys take care, man. You guys stay blessed. And with that being said, Good Doc is officially out. I at least nako pa alone, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Makita. Mabuhay. Peace.